Jigui! Look there! What is that? Easy, it's just an old basket that someone left behind.
Eugen, you really seem to be on edge.
What's the matter? Well, I couldn't help but think that when you went in the well to look for the Jade Moon, that you were surrounded by all those female corpses. I feel so spooked just thinking about it. I've lived in the pugilist world. Those things no longer affect me.
Jingri. Why not walk him back home? The Marquis Manor is nearby. I can walk by myself.
Fine then. You really are Dukian's son. You're just as weird as he is. You keep my father out of this, and I'm not weird. I'm leaving. Hey, come on, I was just kidding. Brother, do you mind if...
It's fine. Filio's with me.
Filio?
He's nearby. You don't have to worry.
I'll be going then. Eugen, wait for me!
You just came right on time, Commander. What a coincidence.
What coincidence? You knew I would be coming over to meet you here. Look, this boy won't be enough to protect you from any attack.
Yes, I know that. I only wanted to see who my attacker is.
Who is it then?
How was it?
He did only have one bodyguard. If only Commander Meng hadn't passed by then, we would have finished him off.
Commander Meng just showed up there? Were you recognized?
Of course not. We left as soon as he arrived.
One bodyguard to keep him safe. So is Meichangsu really that careless?
Well, I don't think he is. His bodyguard is a surprisingly skilled fighter. Qingyao was with me then, and we had a very difficult time getting past him. To defeat that kid, you'll need a whole team of assassins.
Well, in that case, maybe you can find something that would really interest the boy, that would lure him away from his master.
So Meichangsu is searching everywhere for our house, which means his stay at your manor won't be for very long now. Is there a way for you to finish him off before he leaves?
I shall do my best, if that would please your highness.
Your Highness, the Minister of Review Lao Zijing is here.
What's he even doing here? All right, send him in.
Yes, Your Highness.
I beg you, Your Highness, provide me with your protection.
Why need my protection? Did something just happen?
Your Highness, did you hear the news about the female corpses that were found in the dry well of the land mansion?
Yes, that news has spread throughout the capital, so of course I'd hear about it.
I happen to know how those corpses ended up there.
Your Excellency.
Is the investigation over?
Your Excellency, I went to the estate agent to check the validity of the land mansion deed and found out it has been sold twice this year and the owners have no connection.
The corpses look like they've been kept there for at least 7 to 8 years. Do you know who owned it 8 years ago?
A man named Zhang Xin. We couldn't find much about him except that he was once a trader. He used to own a number of brothels in the capital. He was wealthy, but he had kept a low profile and was well connected. Anyway, he died of an illness 4 years ago, so his children took over. They went broke until they had no choice but to sell the property.
So where are they?
I've already sent our men to search for all the surviving adult males of Zhang Xin's family and to take them in for questioning. Let's see if we can learn something from them.
The land mansion used to be a secret brothel years ago. It was owned by Zhang Xin. Your Highness, I know that government officials are forbidden to go to that sort of establishment. But then, most men would never openly go there, so they rely on Zhang Xin's private arrangement.
That doesn't sound strange to me. It's a secret brothel. That's understandable. What I don't understand about it is why would he be keeping female corpses in there?
You see, Your Highness, Zhang Xin used to keep them to provide pleasure to certain clients with special preferences. At first, he had a few of them to provide entertainment. Then some clients started enjoying it. So, some of them would lose control and end up killing the prostitutes they're with. Then it became sort of a common thing then.
Minister Lau, how many women have you lost your control with?
Well, 2 or 3, I think.
To feel lust is normal. But to engage in such perverted acts? As if killing wasn't bad enough, you left the proof behind.
Well, since Zhang Xin fell ill and died, and the land mansion has been closed for years, I figured that would be the end of it. I never would have thought that Zhang Xin had disposed those corpses so carelessly. How could he just dump them all like that in the well?
I don't want to hear it. Don't worry about it. That's now an old case. They can't link you to it. Since you are a second-class official, no one would dare accuse you without evidence.
Minister Lau, did you happen to leave some evidence behind? Your Highness, the investigation is now over. This man's name is Chichun. He used to be the trusted aide of Changqing. Since the case blew up, some people want him silenced. He fears for his life, so he's here to seek your protection.
If he wants my protection, he should have something to bargain with.
He claims that he has Changqing's journal where he recorded all the ongoings at the land mansion before he passed away.
And how could that journal be of any use to me?
He won't show me their list of guests, but he did mention a name.
Whose name?
Lao Chin! How could there be a journal? That means your name's written in there. How could you have allowed it to exist?
I never thought Zhang Xin would ever do something like this. I'll admit that when the bodies were found, I panicked and thought that his aide, Jin, would expose me. So I sent someone to kill him, but he managed to escape from my people. And that's when they told me about the journal. That Jin said it's all written in there. You have to help me get that journal.
And do you know where he's gone off to?
To Prince Yu. Lao Jin, the Minister of Revenue, and coin purse of the Crown Prince, Lao Jing. What a godsend Meichangsu is. He only happened to buy that house, and already he has given this huge favor to me. You were right. Spreading word of Meichangsu's assistance to Ni Huang was indeed effective. Noble Consort Yu was reduced to a concubine because of it. The Crown Prince must have given up recruiting him and would now want him dead. But Meichangsu has retaliated so subtly. The Crown Prince must feel he's been slapped in the face.
Meichangsu. Why does it always have to be him? Of all the houses he could have chosen, he just had to pick that house. And then while walking on the pathway, he just had to fall down that well. Is he intentionally trying to go against me?
Just calm down. The man may have the advantage, but our position isn't entirely hopeless. Prince Yu may have Chi Chun, but how to use him to suit his purpose will not be easy.
What are you saying?
If Prince Yu gets too eager and deliver Chi Chun straight to His Majesty, I doubt that it would benefit him.
Oh. I see what you mean. Father is the skeptical sort. So if Prince Yu declares that he has the witness and the evidence, the more my father will suspect that there has to be more to the story. And how on earth could the Prince of Seven Pearls come up with a proof and a witness to the case?
And since His Majesty will also think that his move is just another part of your conflict, he will refuse to acknowledge whatever he presents. And in so doing, our Minister Lao will no longer have to worry about getting found out.
Well, what if Prince Yu gets cautious about it by handing Shi Jun over to the capital magistrate?
If that's the case, Your Highness will have to be ready to fight a head-to-head battle. Let's wait and see just who Magistrate Gao Shong will choose if he should take someone's side.
2 days have already passed and still no developments?
Your Excellency, I've questioned Zhang's family, but none of them seem to know anything about the corpses.
And why don't they? The entire capital already knows about it. It's the only thing everybody ever talks about. They might even know more about it than we do. Imagine, this old mansion is right in the middle of the capital. And it took 2 young men of nobility to discover those corpses. I'm about to meet my superiors, because they want me to finish this case. So what should I say then? That we're still waiting for some progress? Do you think they'll accept that excuse, huh?
Your Excellency, we need to find some leads so we can make some progress. We can't rush these things.
Who's beating the drum?
I'll check, Your Excellency.
You should know that whoever beats the drum must have a reason for it. Now start telling us your grievances.
I have no grievances.
Such nerve! How dare you mock the capital magistrate, guards?
No. I came here to help you with the case.
What case would that be?
The land mansion case.
Now this house has 3 courtyards. It looks cool, bright and spacious, don't you think? So are you satisfied with the place I've chosen? I'll wager you liked it, huh? Ever since you discovered those female corpses from that well, the whole city knows that you've been searching for a new place to stay. I even heard that Prince Yu was offering you various houses for free, but you turned him down. Instead, you bought this house I recommended with your own money. I find that very flattering, really.
You're a prominent man, Commander Meng. I'd be scared to offend you. And besides, wasn't the small fame I garnered the result of your duel with Valio back then?
Failio. Hey, Failio. Why won't he answer me?
He doesn't like you, I'm afraid.
But why?
Failure! How do you find Commander Meng?
I hate him
What?
Why is that?
because I can't defeat him.
To have the kind of fighting skill at your age is quite an achievement. I even heard that he managed to defeat Shadong when they had a fight. You're really improving fast, kid, I'll give you that.
Who said he and Shadong had a fight?
Shadong said so herself. You know, she's quite famous at the Bureau for her strict ways of training their new recruits. After they fought, she told them, if any of you can defeat me like Fei Liu did, you can forgo training. And that news spread like wildfire within a day. Haven't you heard of it? Huh?
Failure! Watch it or you'll have more challengers.
Let him come!
A message from the Crown Prince.
Why would the Crown Prince be sending a message to us?
Stop guessing. Let's just see what it's all about.
I heard about the corpses that were found in the well. It is a serious case, and as the Crown Prince, I must know more about it. Therefore, I invite Magistrate Gao Sheng to come to the Eastern Palace tomorrow to report on the case.
I, Gao Sheng, accept the invitation.
Your Excellency, why would the Crown Prince be interested in the case all of a sudden?
This is a very sensitive case, since it could involve certain officials like... Go bring Shijun to the inner room. I'll question him myself. Be quick.
Yes, Your Excellency.
So how do you find this house I chose? Come on, be honest with me.
Well, this is definitely your taste.
Don't think I didn't catch what that meant. Is that your way of mocking me? Very well. So maybe the view here at the back doesn't look that spectacular. But this location would be best for your safety. Besides, I really made a huge effort to inspect this place. And you ungratefully mock my taste?
I've repeatedly been thanking you already, haven't I? But then, well, I admit that I must make a few changes here. Otherwise, everyone will keep wondering why I chose this place among the fine selections I've had.
Hey!
But of course, there's an advantage in this location that far exceeds any fine house. In the end, you certainly know me well, sir.
Well, I did find that out just by accident. I was surprised to find out that that back wall is quite close to the manor of Prince Jing. There's just a drainage ditch behind it, no pathway, and trees covering both sides. Most importantly, His Highness's gate is facing one main road while your gate's facing another one. If you wouldn't inspect it from the roof, no one would even realize that you and Prince Jing are practically neighbors here.
Commander, how did you ever find that out?
I went up the roof, how else?
That's quite an effort you made.
It was nothing, I do it all the time. Anyway, you go find yourself someone who's good at digging tunnels, and have one done that goes straight to the prince's manor. That way, everyone would think that you and the prince rarely meet, and you can simply go to his manor and secretly meet him.
Did you just come up with that?
Well, Shijin is now with the capital magistrate. The Crown Prince has also made his move. Let's wait and see how long Gao Cheng holds us off, before he decides whose side to take. Bunro, I'm really feeling a bit uneasy about this, since I still have no idea if Meichangsu will take my side in this impeding war, if he's willing to serve me.
Well, he did refuse the houses that your highness has offered.
Are you implying that he's not my ally?
Meichangsu does things quite differently than most. It would be safe to say that if he chooses neither side, then he would not offend either of you. But if you do come to think of it, he has no consideration for anyone, and simply does what he pleases. Take the Prime Minister's case, where he clearly took the plaintiff's side. With the incident of Her Ladyship, he showed no mercy for Consortieu. He even started the Land Mansion case, which implicates Lao Shiqing and the other officials, who are both yours and the Crown Prince's allies.
Does he want to see how far he can get with me and the Crown Prince?
So about the Land Mansion case, did you really discover it by accident? Or did you intentionally stir that up?
What do you think?
Well, I don't know what to think. But the more ingenious your plan is, the more nervous I become. Is that for me? Have it.
You have it.
Don't you want it?
Failure gave you that.
Thanks. It's still too sour to eat.
That's why he gave you that.
Why you... Hey!
Perhaps this is just his way of testing us, and a way to hone his capabilities. A man of his intellect will behave in ways we do not always understand, and he would not want to serve a narrow-minded master. So it's only natural for him to test us.
Of course. The Crown Prince might be able to win him over if he can prove his sincerity. He might even choose to give up Lao Shiqing to prove that he is a fair master. With that selfish act alone, Meichangsu will be impressed with him, no matter what you do after that.
And Meichangsu will start doing favors for him, to repay his generous favors in the past. Then we'll be the next target. That sneaky fox is unbelievable. We must never allow the Crown Prince to get ahead of us.
If your Highness sincerely wishes to gain Meichangsu's services, you could. But then, do you think that such a man can be entirely trusted?
If I had Meichangsu under my control, I could easily rule an empire.
Your Highness is truly benevolent.
If Meichangsu wants to play arrogant, then I can play that game along with him.
You had me suggest to His Majesty that Prince Jing would investigate the Duke's case. Surprisingly, it worked. But I feel uncomfortable about it.
Why feel uncomfortable about it?
I can't help but worry about Prince Jing. With his kind of temper, he's bound to offend so many officials in the case.
Once he gets involved, it would be impossible not to get offensive. We just have to determine if the case is worth pursuing. If he handles the case effectively, he will gain some allies, establish a good reputation, and demonstrate his capability as a leader. If he doesn't get involved in this now, no one in the kingdom will ever recognize him.
Well, I knew you had your reasons for that. Hey, you know what was amazing? When I suggested the idea to His Majesty, just like how you instructed me to say it, he automatically thought of Prince Jing himself. How did that happen?
It's simply because he had no other choice. And besides, he doesn't even care about Qingyan.
What?
His Majesty's aware of the dangers Prince Jing would face if he were to offend certain officials involved in the case. But he gave it to him anyway. If he falls prey to their attacks and dies, it will be no great loss to him.
If it would endanger the prince, then why set him up to it?
He will have to make his move sooner or later. And once he does, there's no turning back. He will have to take part in this game.
Watch your step, Mother.
You've been with me all day. I'll be fine, son. Get some rest.
All right, Mother. Has Master Su already returned after meeting Commander Meng?
Yes, he already has, sir.
You may retire.
Thank you, sir.
How dare you people trespass the she matter! After him! Let's go. Brother Sue! Brother Sue!
It's me, Master Shao.
Branch Master. Where's my friend?
I'm here.
Brother Sue, are you alright?
I'm fine. Jingri. Don't look. It would be best.
I have to know who our enemy is.
Do you recognize him, Master Shao?
He was one of my father's guards.
You shouldn't have come by to see me at this time of the night.
I just thought I would drop by. I was feeling restless.
Everyone at the manor seems to be asleep.
After all that commotion, I'm surprised that nobody woke up. And why haven't the other guards arrived to help?
Because it's snowing.
Yes, the snow really is the assassin's best accomplice. They can easily cover their tracks, the scent and stain of blood, and mute any sounding cries for help.
I saw the house Commander Meng recommended. It's located at Changji Road. It's nice and quite spacious. But the garden surrounding it, and the view is a bit wanting. Still, there's just minimal changes that I can do myself. You know that I have to leave.
I do. Of course you must leave. You have to. Or you'll be in serious danger.
Jingri, I want you to forget about what just happened here. Don't dwell on it or understand it. And just look after your mother. Better not get involved in this.
Why can't you just let things stay the way they are? I don't want to know why my father wants you dead. What I do want to know is why must you get involved with their political affairs?
I used to admire you for being free of all that. You always did whatever you wanted.
If that was true, then I would be no different from them. I'm only here for one thing, to make changes. If I die for that, then so be it.
We can still be able to deal with this. Just tell me how I can help, and I will.
You are not me.
Stay out of this. Do not decide for me. I'll leave at dawn tomorrow. You have been a good friend. And I'll always be grateful to you. As soon as I have the house ready, you can come visit and stay over if you like. Just like at Langzhuo, we'll have a great time.
I wish we were back at Langzhuo. I used to be so carefree. Secure with the idea that our family will lead peaceful lives. And now I learned that my own father wants to kill a good friend living in his own area to help someone win the throne. What kind of future will our family have if he just...
Do not fear what lies in the future. It should not bother you. As long as you are true to yourself, know right from wrong, the truth from the lies, there's nothing that you cannot overcome. Just like the snow that falls outside. The more they keep falling, the colder it becomes. But we also know that come spring, all that snow will melt away.
Master Shao has already left.
This is just the beginning for Xiao Jingri. I just hope he'll be able to see this through.
Mr. Shasan has arrived. Were you expecting him to come over today?
I haven't seen him in such a long time. I thought this was the best time to see him. Go ahead, send him in.
Yes, Master. Please come in, sir.
Thank you. Uncle Shisen. God has blessed me, for he has given me this chance to see you again. But then, to see how different you are from the person you once were, it's just heartbreaking. I'm sorry, I can't help it. Come, Uncle Shisen. You see, Uncle, I came to the capital to work and make a name for myself. You must not feel sad, for I'm here to fight them. I may look different, but I know that I'm still the same man. Please, after you. All these years, you and Gongyu have looked after Miaoyan Court and have closely watched Banro's activities for me. I cannot thank you both enough. May you be blessed by my mother, who watches us from the heavens. Young Master Lin, I've just discovered Banro's true identity. She's not just Prince's strategist, is she?
Your Excellency.
Enter.
Your Excellency, the Madam requests that you retire for the night. Very well, Your Excellency.
What?
Minister Gao?
Hongshu Court was built 30 years ago by Princess Xuanji of the Hua tribe. Just before she died, she handed the court over to Qin Banruo. She was just an apprentice then, but she proved to be just as clever as her own mentor. I've heard of Princess Xuanji. She's known for her skill at manipulating the court. Qin Banruo also does that. So were you able to discover the number of people who are working for her? Well, she has 15 servants, former concubines, and even courtesans. She also has a network of spies which she has carefully picked, but Gongyu has managed to penetrate her group by adding our own people. So just give us the word, and we'll be ready to destroy that woman. Don't. Qin Banruo would be a very useful tool to us. We can't put her to waste. She can still relay certain messages to Prince Yu, which will benefit me. She did tell him about the secret of Tinchuan Manor. Qin Banruo is very cunning and quite scrupulous. It's only because she's exposed while I'm not. That gives me the advantage over her. Uncle Shisen, whenever you deliver her messages, don't get careless. Be very careful. You mustn't get caught. Yes, sir. Oh, right. You're Prince Yu's advisor. I apologize, my lady. You see, I completely understand Prince Yu's position from the message he sent. It's just that
Minister Gao. You misunderstood. You see, I did not come to speak for Prince Yu's sake, but for yours, Your Excellency.
For my sake?
I'm sure you're having much difficulty solving the land mansion case. After all, one cannot please both parties. So before it becomes more difficult for you, you can just let go of the case.
The Crown Prince ordered me to report to him about it. So tell me, what should I say?
Your Excellency must really be confused. You already have Shi Chun as the witness, and the list of names as evidence. Surely you must know what to do next.
All I could get is one name. How could I work on that?
Then, Mr. Gao, I have a suggestion, if you wish to hear it. You could hand the case over to the Ministry of Justice, since the Crown Prince has been bothering you about it. He no longer will once the case is in their hands.
Right. I'll just say the case is already beyond my jurisdiction.
The case has turned into a smoldering coal in your hands. It's time to let go of it.
Uncle, it's getting cold, and the snow is falling heavily. Try to stay warm while traveling on your way back. I will. Now that I've returned, we'll be seeing each other more often. With all the dangers you have to face around here, sleeping for you must be hard. You know, it took Gongyu several months to make this soothing incense. She asked me to bring this to you as a gift. She hopes that you use it to help you sleep more easily. Just burn some before you lie down. I hope you'll accept it. I'll accept it. Tell Gongyu I'm grateful. Well, I should go now, young master. Be careful.
Miss Gongyu truly cares about you, Master. She worries about you all the time.
Go get some sleep.